All right. Let's break down this Week 8 NFL slate. Already a lot of news early in the week. All right, so NFL. I'm just going to be talking about the main slate mainly. So running back, I feel like it's pretty. Or okay, let's start quarterback. Josh Allen. I mean, it's Josh Allen. He's always going to project this high, especially a decent matchup versus Carolina. Hasn't had his best game the last 2 games, so definitely due for a nice game here. Probably want to play him unstacked. I mean, most of the Buffalo pieces, the Kincaid got the Q tag. He's a decent click because you can still swap off of him. I don't really want to get to any of these receivers just because we know how Josh Allen likes to spread the ball out a lot. So it's really hard for one of these receivers to get home this week. I guess maybe in 12 mans, you could do that. Mars got the Q tag. He was pretty expected to play this week, but he wasn't at practice Monday, which isn't uncommon. I mean, usually, if we don't see him practice like Wednesday, Thursday, we can start getting concerned, but I still think he's fine right now to mix in. Getting a decent matchup for Chicago. They kind of really need him. They need to win. They're at the bottom of the AFC North, I believe, or second or third or whatever. So I think he's going to play. I just think this Q tag is a little fake right now. Hurts, I mean, it's Hurts. Had a big game. Obviously, Sunday passing the ball, didn't really rush the ball a lot, and still kind of was viable. It's Hurts. He's always clickable. I think this is a little high for him, 18, especially some of these quarterbacks I'm going to talk about in a second. Just a tad high for me. Baker Mayfield coming in next. Probably about where he should be. Big news on this game, obviously, is that Mike Evans had broke his collarbone, so Buga is starting to fly up the board a little bit. So I think right now I think yesterday actually he was below Sutton and Collins, and obviously Collins had a concussion. It doesn't say it on here, but he suffered a concussion yesterday late in the game, so he's already past those two. So I think Buga is good leverage now early in the week if you can get to him. So I guess Baker's fine. Probably want to play him with Buga. You can play him naked, I guess. You're just looking for that rushing upside that he hasn't provided the last couple of weeks. Bo Nix, I mean, obviously QB1 last week, and now he gets a absolute dream matchup versus Dallas. Again, another one. I feel like it's hard to stack. Like the amount of times he's going to be stacked with Sutton over and over and over and over and over again. It's fine to have in your portfolio, but I think playing him naked is definitely the way I want to play it. You could do some Ingram too. I mean, the tight ends, as we're going to go over, is a little weak this week. So I think he's obviously viable. He's clickable. Dak Prescott, not probably going to have a ton of Dak this week, which, man, wow, look at these numbers. I didn't even realize he's been this crazy, but I'm gonna have some Dak. I'm not gonna have a ton though. Just a tough matchup in Denver, but it's hard to have no Dak. So he's definitely not going to be my most exposed quarterback, but he definitely won't be my least. He'll be somewhere in the middle. Daniel Jones, I think, is an awesome clip this week. Like if you really ask me, I'd probably pick Daniel Jones over Dak and Baker. Probably Hurts, maybe Baker actually. Good matchup versus Tennessee. Just been really solid this year. Obviously has the rushing upside, but hasn't really shown it the last couple of games. Did have a rushing touchdown versus Arizona, but Man, I could have a lot of Drake Daniel Jones this week, which is very good or very bad. After that, I think this is like a tier break. So I'm a Patriots fan. Drake May. This is going to be a tough matchup versus Cleveland. I think it's going to be a very, very low scoring game. This feels like a Hunter Henry week. I'm going to be honest with you. This feels like a very, very strong Hunter Henry week where we can't push the ball down the field. Check down. If you are going to play Drake May this week, honestly, I always play him naked. I would probably pair him with Hunter Henry because if he hits, you probably want the pass catcher with him just because I don't think he's going to have a big explosion game like he's had the last 4 out of 5 weeks. So won't have a lot of Drake May this week, but if I do, it'll be paired with Henry. Other than that, I'm not going to get the dart. I can definitely get in the Caleb this week. Obviously, Baltimore is a secondary you want to attack. Caleb's just a hot or cold player, so I'll have some Caleb with some Roman, and I'll mix in some DJ Moore because he's down the board a little bit. Other than that, no Flacco probably for me. Don't know really what's going on with this pretty Q tag. I think he's gonna play. Let's see. Well, this because you did okay. So if you're in a stretch, maybe he won't play. Maybe it's week 9. He'll come back. So not sure. We're kind of gonna wait later in the week for that. No Stride for me. Fields is very, very, very interesting if he gets the starting role, which is crazy to say. I don't know why they're even considering Tyrod Taylor in this spot. But Fields looks good, man, if he plays. Jets, man. The Jets. What a fucking disgrace. Penix, another one, playing Miami's defense. I've already clicked Penix a couple times. I guess he came down with a bone bruise day to day. We're going to see how he practices Wednesday, Thursday. I will say if you draft Penix, it's fine because if he doesn't play, it's going to be Kirk Cousins, who, I mean, I'll take Kirk Cousins versus Miami all day. So I think Penix is perfectly fine to click right now, no matter what. So that breaks down the quarterbacks. Nothing else I'm going to get to. We're not even going to talk about these last couple. No, thank you. Running back. Man, running back's very strong this week. Bijan, Taylor, CMC, obviously top 3 picks. Honestly, doesn't really affect me which way to take it. I'm probably going to take Bijan. Probably in this order. I might switch up McCaffrey, Taylor, but if I get the one I want, I'm probably going to take Bijan every single time. A-Chain, again, another tough matchup, kind of like last week versus Cleveland. Didn't really have the game, but I will mix him in because he is such a great, I guess in the basketball terms, they call it point per minute, but in football, it's point per drive. He just has so much usage in Miami that you can't full fade him, but I will have some of him. Not a ton, though. Not my favorite play this week. James Cook, another guy that I like. Won't be overexposed to him, which could be a mistake, but I think James Cook's very viable. Derrick Henry, I'm going to be pretty big on this week, which if you look at his game logs, might seem crazy, but I think Lamar is going to be back this week, and when Lamar's back, that obviously helps Derrick Henry's upside. Getting down into the goal line situations. Chicago, not a very great defense. I know they played great last week, but they played the Saints, so let's not get too on their high horse. So I think Henry's very good. I'm going to keep Martingale and Saquon till it hits. I've played Saquon a ton. I played him a lot last week. Still ended up profitable even playing him. Philly, man, they're at home. They finally get back at home. Obviously, it's, narrative, former team. He's playing the Giants. I think Saquon's going to hit again this week, but I've said that every week, so I've been wrong. So I'm going to play Saquon. So be it. Cam Scatabo, going to mix in. Just so much usage. Had a big game versus play last time. But I don't know, man. I don't know really. Cam's a tough pick. He really is tough for me to nail. Man, he's so much usage though. So we'll mix him in. Junkins this week is going to be a full fade for me. I said I'm a Patriots fan. I think our defense is very, very good versus the run. I think there's a world where, even last week, this is not 25 for 84. It's 3 yards per carry, 3 touchdowns. Obviously, got gifted one of them down at the 1-yard line. So a little bit of a overhaul on his stat line last week, but probably not going to have any Judkins. Probably won't have a lot of Javante either versus Denver. Again, gets so much usage. I will mix him in, but not going to have a ton. And this is where it gets disgusting because I'm going to have probably a ton of Brees Hall. And damn, he looks so bad. But I mean, if you really look at it, his two big, I say big, but like good games this year versus Miami, Dallas, two of the worst defense in the league, and the Bengals are probably top 5 worst. So Carolina's sneaky good. Denver, really good defense. I think this is a great Brees Hall smash week. Um, I just kind of hope everybody was off of him after everybody smashed him last week, and I can get into it. Swift, I'll mix and match. He's had 2 really good games, but they've started mixing in the rookie. What's his name? Kyle Monangai, 13 carries. So I'm a little iffy about that goal line role for Swift. So I won't have a ton of Swift, but I will mix him in. Bucky, I think, is a good click because you can still swap, at least at this time of the week, maybe not as the week goes on, but you can swap to Rashad White if Bucky doesn't go. He didn't practice all of last week, so it doesn't look great at the moment. But if Bucky plays and you can get him here, like Bucky is like probably right behind Saquon, maybe above Saquon, depending on the drafter. But he's an absolute smash if he plays. J.K. Dobbins, probably not going to get to. I know it's Dallas, but probably don't want to get to him. And other than that, like I said, Bucky White's a good swap to Rashad White. So just pay attention to their draft room to see if people are drafting Rashad White. All right, that's it. Running back, receiver, Chase, Lamb. I think these top 4 are like in their own tier. Probably the top 2. Chase, obviously, so much usage. Joe Flacco looks good, giving him and T. Higgins the ball a lot. CeeDee Lamb, tough matchup versus Denver. I mean, I've said it over and over again. But still have to click him if he's there at the 1-2 turn, or even if he falls past that. CeeDee Lamb, one of the best receivers in the league. Drake London, man, he's a beautiful pick this week versus Miami. Just pick on Miami whenever you can, I guess, this week. And then Abuga. So this was a big one. Abuga was below Collins last night. And then obviously Mike Evans tore his collarbone. So he's moved above these two, especially with Nico and the concussion. So Abuga is a guy, like I said earlier, you want to click now. Sutton, I know it's Dallas, but he doesn't have very much like upside. Like I say that, and he's at 100 yards, 80, 90, but I just think he's going to be so overpaired to Bo Nix that I don't know if I want to get to it that much. Like I said, I do like 50 lineups a week, so I'll probably have 2 or 3 with him and Bo. But at the moment, Nico, I'm not going to click just because of the concussion. I feel like players who get concussions probably miss that next week. They probably just have to give him a week off. So I'm going to wait on this news later. Not going to draft him right now. But maybe on Saturday, if he's active, I'll get some more Nico drafted. Roma Dunze, said it earlier with Caleb. Pretty good click at this area. Him and DJ Moore, which is DJ Moore's way down the board, way down here. Hasn't done anything all year, but just kind of got a martingale, wait for the big game. A.J. Brown would be a little light on this week. I was big on him last week. Obviously had the 2-touchdown game playing the Giants, but I think the Eagles are going to win this game, and I think they're going to control the ball on the ground a lot. So I could see A.J. Brown maybe projecting for like 13, 14, maybe 15 points, which isn't bad, but I want to get more Zay Flowers over A.J. Brown. Again, I said I think Lamar's playing. It's going to help Zay. Hasn't scored in 5 weeks. Ton of targets even with the backup, so I think Zay's good. Olave, 2 touchdowns last week. Probably gonna be light on him this week, even if it is in the dome. So maybe I'll be a little higher on him, but I'll probably play him in game stacks with like Booga if I can get him with Baker, Bucky, or whoever plays in that game. Pickens, I'm probably gonna be a full fade on. I'm just kind of fading Pickens now that CD's back. Devontae, big week, probably fade. I'm big on T. Higgins this week. versus the Jets. Kind of went into some drafts, so I'm going to kind of go through this pretty quick. Pittman, this is an interesting one. You have to wait on the news nugget on Josh Downs. Any other news? He was a concussion, so I think he's going to play this week. So I don't think Pittman's very viable this week. If somehow Downs does miss, he is very good pick. No Diggs, no Waddle, no Tet. And then this is the last big news nugget we're kind of waiting on. Garrett Wilson to be played. He's a smash, obviously, versus the Bengals. Let's see if we can read here. I haven't really followed up on this. Suffered a hyperextended knee last weekend. He didn't practice Wednesday through Friday. So the news list says doubtful. So, again, we'll see if he practices. If he practices, I'm in. If he doesn't, I won't play. Tight end. Warren, obviously. I'm Team Kittle over Ferg right now. Ferg has just had monster games, but Denver defense is tough. I'm probably going to be a little light on Goddard. Pitts, it's Kyle Pitts, but he's got Miami, so got to play him, right? So, like I said, this is I like Warren, I like Kittle, I like Pitts. That's really it. Kincaid, Q-Tag, if he plays, I like him. He's limited, so I think there's a chance he could play, but I'd probably rank it Warren, Kittle, Pitts, Kincaid, Ferg for me. I don't really want to get to any of those guys. Hunter Henry I talked about. I would get the Hunter Henry. That's about it. I don't want to get the Fannin. Cade is like whatever. Mark Andrews, same thing, whatever. So this feels very like a very shallow tight end week, unless some injury news comes out later in the week. So I've done a few so far, so let's just get into one here. Play the little BR here. And see how the board treats us. So we end up with the 1-2 turn. I've probably done like 9 or 10 drafts. I've not rolled the 1-on-1 once yet. So that's not good. We're gonna do 2 at once here. Let's fire 2 at once. Probably do a couple and then let's see if we want to do something else, maybe a dog bowl or something like that. All right, so let's see. I haven't had the 1-2 turn yet, so probably gonna end up with like a CD team. I like James Cook over A-Chain. I'm not a guy who really likes to sit here and like set my projections. I'm not a big auto guy. I like to do all my drafts manually because I only do like 40 to 50, so it's very, very easy to do. I don't max anything really. NBA maybe. Yep. So normal start, 3 running backs go, then Chase. Then this 5th pick is honestly really tough this week. I don't feel like clicking CD is great. I kind of would prefer one of the running backs, but running back is pretty deep, so he does go CD, which leaves us in this spot. I said I want to be light on A-Chain this week, but there's just so much usage that I kind of like that game environment, so I'm going to click him, and then I'm actually going to click Drake London here, which is something I don't think the field's going to do very often. I mean, I guess probably because it's a game stack, but just with the way their ADP is balanced, I want to get a good receiver just because I think the running backs are pretty deep this week. So we're going to play that game environment. If anybody in the chat's hanging out, I would love for you guys to hit that subscribe button. I know I'm pretty new on here, but I've had good success the last couple weeks, so I think I'm going to start doing some of these. All right, so this guy goes Lamar and Derrick Henry. As you can see, as I talked about, like Egbuka's already going in the second round. So already getting smashed early on. Nika goes with the Q tag. Let's see what this guy does here. He ended up going Tyler Warren early, which I like because obviously running back's thin. It's for the clock, and I have to take Saquon here. I think it's a tier break at running back. And like I said, I'm just going to play Saquon until it doesn't hit. So we're going to take Saquon here. Let's see how I kind of rile this team up. I think tight end's going to get very thin soon. I don't want to take Hurts with Saquon, even though that has been viable in the past. So I actually think I'm going to go ahead and take Kittle here. I think he's going to shoot up a little later in the week once everybody sees how thin tight end is. And if we roll with the 1-2 turn here again, so just thinking about how I want to shape this team out already. Receiver, I'm probably looking. I mean, Rome's going to be gone, obviously, by my pick. So probably looking like even like T. Higgins seems fun. If he's there, obviously Garrett Wilson's a huge Q tag. I'll look and see what receivers are still on the board that I could swap to, which doesn't look that great. It'd probably be like a DJ Moore. So like I said, receiver, like you don't want to click Pittman, you don't want to click Diggs, you don't want to click Waddle or something like that. You don't want to click Ted. Wandell, like then you get like Lil Jordan Humphreys up here, guys. Like Shaheed, I guess is cool, but not a fun week at receiver. You feel like you really want to get 2 smashes at receiver. So all right, we're on the clock over here. Look at this. Funny enough, the same exact thing happens here. So this time we're just gonna pair up the 2, but you really want to get receiver, huh? All right, we're gonna skip out on H in this team. We're gonna go Cook. We're gonna go London. Like I said, just want to get a receiver. Running backs are very easy to get later on. We're on the clock here, so we can go T. Higgins here. I think he's the best option here. And like I said, this might be a little chalky, but that's fine. It's been chalk all season so far. Quarterback. I've clicked Penix a bunch of times with London, so I think I'm gonna go a little naked here. Yeah, I'm just gonna click Fields here. And if he plays, it's nice. If he's out, I mean, we're swapping to Penix. We're swapping to Penix is out. Then we swap to Kirk Cousins. We can swap to Brock Purdy if he's in. So there's just so many swap options right now early in the week in these drafts that I feel like it's fine. All right. So we go Cook in London here. As you can see, once again, Egbuka is flying up the draft boards. His 15 ADP is indeed fake. All right, so we go Saquon. So let's see what comes back to us here. Sutton comes back to us. Who's going to be stacked over and over again with Bo Nix, but like I said, I want to have a few of them in my bag, so that's fine. So we're going to click Sutton for 1. Running back, I'm fine waiting for. So we're gonna click Ferg. Have a little game correlation here with Sutton and Ferg. I presume Bonix is probably gonna go by the time our pick comes up, but we'll see what happens. Should we enter a dog bowl? Get our early dog bowl draft in for the week. After this draft, I'll kind of show you guys how hot I've been running on here. So that's why I decided to do a couple of these drafts. Fucking Brees Hall. I'll see what some people have done in this draft. So here at the 101, he goes Bijan. The one with Hurts with a skinny stack, Devontae Smith. The quad father here goes bunch of one-offs that he takes Naked Bo Nix. Interesting there. This guy, wow, look at this, Hunter Henry early over Kittle. Wow, goes Naked Lamar so far. Big scat there. So you can see a lot of people not stacking. Like all the quarterbacks have not been stacked yet, and I'm probably going to be the same way unless Dak's there, so we can stack him with Ferg, which is fine. You're just kind of playing that he rushes for one, so I think I'm actually going to do that. And then for running back, we're just going to click Brees Hall, and this team is done. So finish it with Dak, the Jake Ferguson skinny stack. And then we just play James Cook, Brees Hall, Drake London, Cortland Sutton. These two receivers in great matchups, Brees Hall as well, and James Cook is in a potential blowout game situation. So I like this team. I'm not saying it's the best team I've drafted so far, but let's show you how I've kind of ran. So it kind of started a couple weeks ago. Right here, I finished third in the Deposit Kingdom weekly contest. I shout out to Peter Overzet. This is his contest. This was the Dallas Jets versus the Jets. I took Dak Prescott, Javonte Ferguson stack. Was able to get the JSN Egbuka pairing in that game correlation. Egbuka fell in this draft, so actually no, he was for Dickerson, so he didn't fall. But was able to get this game correlation and then just finished it off with Saquon. So that's kind of how it started. BR didn't really do anything, kind of broke even in this. Then 2 weeks ago, we nailed 72nd in the main with a Herbert to Lad team with a Devontae Chan bring back. Nailed the JSN big game, and then McBride with Brissett. Then this Sunday, we had a nice sweat. We were in 18th. We got 18th place, but we were like top 10 until that big Bo Nix thing happened at the end. Bo Nix shot up the boards, but can't complain. It's a great team. We had Jalen Hurts, the AJ Brown, and this one. I think it was the only correlation. We had JT and Javonte, which is getting paired so much. But we did have Olave at 60%, and then McBride obviously the two tutties. So this was a nice hit. And then last night I just kind of fired. It was running like the sun, so I did the Palooza. We also tied for 8th in the Palooza with a 0-point Mike Evans game. Obviously the injury. It's unfortunate. We had obviously you had to have Gibbs and Charbonnet. So I think I had another Gibbs Charbonnet. Yep, another Gibbs Charbonnet, but this one didn't have Tez Johnson, and I had Isaac Tesla. I think I had one more. Maybe not. Let me see. Let me type in Gibbs here. So I had Gibbs and Marks, who actually scored also, but kind of flopped. We're coming Puka. I did have another Gibbs Charbonnet, but I had 2 duds at receiver. So congrats to the winner here, who actually had maybe different. He had a Booga, and I had Mike Evans. So that's a big swing right there. Let's try and get into a dog bowl. Let me actually before that, let me show you. Like I say, I only do a couple dog bowls a week. I'm not a big dog bowl person. We did cash though, or break even barely. I did have Jonathan Taylor on it and Devontae Smith and Drake May, but obviously Bo Nix was the guy you needed. But kind of had Vidal, who was awful. Got Luke McCaffrey in the swap, which I didn't want. I just had a bunch of other guys, and I guess they were all taken. And then I did have T.J. Hawkinson, who had a touchdown called back, but obviously Bo Nix, the guy you needed. So it is what it is. Let's hop in a dog bowl. Yes, not a big dog bowl drafter, but oh wow, this might not even fill. I've done a couple NBA teams. I think I just did like the layup line, just a couple here. Oh wow, Jalen Williams is out. That's a good big news on this. So that's kind of why he was falling rooms. I didn't really take him too high. I took him at 13 in one draft. I fucking took Kaminga over him. So just take a look real quick while we wait for this dog bowl to fill. Yeah, I'm not a big 2-game NBA slate underdog drafter for NBA. I don't do really well in those. I kind of like the bigger slates. So. Well, this dog was not. Doesn't look like it's gonna fill, so I don't want to just kind of sit here. So we might just do a couple more BRs. Oh, wait. Let's do a couple more BRs. Probably do 3 more regular BRs. And I like to do a couple every day, just to get all the news nuggets. Obviously, Wednesday is when the practice window opens up, so tomorrow we'll get some more info probably on Garrett Wilson and those guys. Again, if you are hanging out in the chat, would love to encourage you to hop on here and draft some teams with me and hit that like button. I said I'm gonna start trying to do this, say every day, but every couple days that I can. All right, we'll be 104 in this draft. Still haven't rolled the 101. No Bijan teams yet. Hopefully that comes later in the week. Okay. All right, let's see what happens here. So probably running back, and then we're going to take Jamar Chase. How it's been going. Oh, wow. So we get CMC at 4, which is cool. He goes A-Chain. Well, Ibuka going at the 1-2 turn already. Kind of crazy, but that's the way it's being played this week. Okay, so right here I'm going to go James Cook because I just feel like with McCaffrey always going at 103, or at least most of the time, James Cook is the least likely to fall back of these guys. So I'm not saying it's going to be really unique, but it's going to be something that I don't have a lot of. So we're going to take James Cook. So he goes London, or sorry, let's see what this guy did here. He went Ibuka and A-Chain. Interesting. We're on the clock again. Who goes here? So Rome goes, which sucks. Kind of in this weird tier again right here. I don't want to take Nico right now. I don't really want to scroll, so we're just going to take Sutton. Again, kind of lame, boring, ADP, but this quarterback is really tough this week, huh? Really would have liked to get Rome there, but it's okay. He goes Bo Nix naked, so that eliminates that stacking pairing that we can do. I think what other options I can have here. I can go Hunter Henry on this team with Drake May. Just fine. I think it's a Hunter Henry week, so. There's Judkins. Hunter Henry's still there. I don't think people are going to really take him. Kind of like Zay Flowers here. Yeah, let's do Zay. I think Zay's fun. So I think Lamar plays, so. He goes Nico, which is probably smart because if he does play, he's not going to fall. Wow, a lot of people are autoing, I think, in this draft room. All right, so this guy still needs a tight end, and none of these guys need a quarterback. So we're going to take our tight end now. Which, man, Kittle's there. And I think we might pivot here. Kittle's here. We're going to pivot in this draft. We're going to go Kittle. And then probably just take Purdy. I don't know what the news nugget is. Brock Purdy, I need an update on this. So he's unlikely to play, so. No, I don't really want to. I really don't want Mac Jones, to be honest with you. So I think we might take a naked QB here. Daniel Jones? He's fine, probably, right? Goes Pitts. I mean, it's Daniel Jones. We'll make it Daniel Jones. So Daniel Jones naked. We get CMC and Kittle, James Cook, Sutton, and Zay Flowers. Not a lot of correlation there, but it's okay. All right, we got 6 filled here, so we're getting there. Pop in another one. Do a couple more. Roll the 1-2 turn again. Get in there in that belly bowl. All right. Let's see what this draft leads us with. Yep, so the usual start, 3 running backs. There goes Jamal Chase. Just a chain, so we're gonna CD this one. Could knock out just 2 good receivers early. So Puka's not gonna come back to us. So we're actually gonna prioritize the receivers here. CD and Drake London on this team. I think this week is a very you want to have a top 3 pick every time if you can. I just feel like these 3 are smashes. So gotta get a little different here in the back end. Excuse me. So let's see what's going on here. This guy goes A-Chain and Cook. It's normal. Josh Allen, yep. Tyler Warren starting to fly up the board a little bit with the tight end. Be a little spare this week. Boog actually comes back to the number 1 drafter this time, which is kind of what you want. Let's see what happens here. I think Scat is a tier break, so if he's there, actually I'm gonna get Scat because this guy already has 2 running backs. So we're gonna take Scat. And this team we're actually gonna take. Could double stack, I guess. I'm gonna take Hurts on the game correlation. See what comes back to us here at the end. I usually do play Hurts naked, but might stack him with Goddard this time. We'll see. All right, so I'll have my choice too if I want. I need a running back still. Again, just fucking Brees Hall, I guess, right? Like, fuck. Oh, man. There's no Dobbins on the other side of this game environment, but I'm not going to. Let's go Hunter Henry here. Mix it up. Let's just say we're going to say that Hunter Henry's going to score and basically that Jalen Hurts is going to outscore Drake May. That's our thesis on this team. Going to be different. I don't think a lot of people take Hurts right here. They're probably going to take Goddard. They're going to spam, Kincaid, Pitts, and it's got to be different in these BRs. So that's our little nugget, different pick there. So we got Hurts and Cam Scatterbo game correlation with two good receivers, Brees Hall in a great spot, and Hunter Henry. Let's go ahead and hop in another one. This will be our final BR on Monday. And hopefully this dog ball can fill by the time this is done. Let's roll it 1-on-1 here. I haven't had a Bijan team yet, so. But maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Maybe Bijan flops. Nope, 105. Just keep getting 105, man. It's all good. It'll even out. All right. See what happens in this draft. Looks like the norm's happening in this draft. Okay. So that was a little different. It goes James Cook, so we're going to take Chase. Interesting. Nick Seedy and Warren. Wow, Warren is flying this week. Let's go Henry. I like Henry over A-Chain. Dog will fill it, by the way. We have the sixth pick. We'll just debate in there between Henry and A-Chain. There goes Abuga early again. Looks like the Abuga steam is strong and ahead. All right. What do I want to do with this team? Receivers already getting thin, but I have a plan with this team, I believe. So I'm gonna go scat here. Up in the dog bowl. We'll take Saquon. Take that. Hopefully Saquon has that week. So you go Sutton and Javante. Okay, so I have a plan on this draft. So we're gonna take. Let's just keep jamming Kittle early. CeeDee Lamb. So this guy needs a quarterback. Goes Brees Hall. So we are gonna get our quarterback here that we want because this guy's got Sutton. So we're gonna go Bo Nix, naked Bo Nix on this team. Two-way in the dog bowl. Let's kind of start having some targets here. Receiver. Boogers are going up the 1-2 turn in these drafts. These receivers get fucking thin. So let's go Bo Nix here. I might piss him off, but you can go Dak. You got CD. Oh, it's Baker. Interesting. Okay, and then we're going to end this one with Garrett Wilson. Like it. So this game goes naked Bo Nix. We got Cam Scattaboo, Derrick Henry, George Kittle, and then the correlation with Chase and Garrett Wilson. What happens here? So Sutton goes. So we're already thin at receiver, but that's okay. We're gonna go Brees Hall. Just get the 2 running backs out of the way. Kind of like how these dodgeballs, I feel like, go out a lot. People like to get their running backs. You either smash running back or you smash receiver early. I do think the running backs are deeper this week, so this could be a mistake, but start looking at some receivers we're going to get to. Where is Tyrod Taylor in here? I need to see something anyway. See, even in our... Yeah, he is. I'm going to say. So he goes A-Chain Judkins. He goes Taylor Dobbins. Let's see, the running backs are already pretty thin. You have that whole Bucky, Rashad White thing, Swift, and then a bunch of guys I don't want to click in the 6-man, so just dog both teams, guys. Receivers. Okay, there's still a couple guys here I could get to. So see what comes back to us here. People are really scared of that. Ah, man, that's really what I wanted. I wanted Olave to come back, but that's okay. Most of these guys need receiver, so this tight end's looking for who's there. He goes Swift. Could get a little different already here if we want, because I really want T. Higgins on this team. Oh, we're going to take T. Higgins. We're going to take our guy that we want. I feel like he's just not going to come back to us if we don't take him, so. This is an interesting draft so far. You can see QB. Obviously, you have the 2 big ones, Hurts, and it's been pretty quiet since. Let's see what Crutches has done here. Crutches is a pretty sharp player. So he goes Josh Allen, gets the tight end. I like his team. Then he gets the McMillan bring back on the Josh Allen. So let's see if he goes with a Buffalo receiver piece here. Or not here, but in this draft. Because he can wait on probably Shakir. So let's see what he does. He probably is going to go with one of these running backs here. Yeah, goes Bucky. Tight end's getting a little thin, but still some guys I can see clicking later. Just kind of deciding what I want to do here. Diggs. This guy's got Sutton, so I assume he's going to go next, but we'll see. Yeah, I think I'm going to target Nix here if these guys don't take him. We'll see what happens though. Just super high projecting player. If not, I do have something else in mind. Goes Bo Nix. Okay, that's fine. So now we have to start thinking about quarterback, how we want to finish this team. Start so naked fields with Brees Hall. That's fine, probably too. Tight end, I think I'm good to wait on. A receiver, I think I want to get to now because I don't want to take any of these dudes down here. Jerry Judy. Yeah. Don't want to go to Devontae because we got Saquon. All right, we're gonna play this game. We're gonna go Garrett Wilson here. Hope he plays. This could be really bad because we're probably gonna take Fields and they both might not play, and then it's just swap city. But sometimes you gotta take a shot in these dog bowls, man. Goes a Wandale. Quarterbacks are starting to fly off the board. That's fine. I'll be the sucker that takes Fields, and I won't play. So that's cool. Oh shit. Who after me still needs a quarterback? Buster Boys, what's he have? I mean, he could go naked Fields too, so I think I have to take him here. If this guy doesn't, I think he's gonna go. I don't know what he's gonna do. We'll see. Don't do it, dude. Please don't do it. Flacco. Thank God. All right, we're ready, Fields. Please. He doesn't. It's fine. Just swap the tie rod. Maybe Tyler can win us a dog ball seat. Who would have thought? Who would have thought Tyrod Taylor could possibly win us a dog ball seat? Tyler Allgeier's a sharp pick this week down the board. See who falls us at tight end. Very interesting slate, man. Very interesting slate indeed. Who took Bo next? This guy. So, and we could get our. This could be a nice little team here. See who falls us. This guy. I'm gonna guess he goes Ingram here. But let's see. Andrews. Interesting. All right, so we're gonna finish this team with Hunter Henry. So we go Justin Fields, stacked with Brees Hall and Garrett Wilson with the T. Higgins bring back, Saquon on his own, and Hunter Henry. All right, that's gonna do it, guys. Thank you for. I don't think anybody was really in here, but if you do see this, I'm trying to do these more often. I'm just trying to do some underdog drafts. I really like really find my niche right now in these underdog drafts. So thanks, guys. Have a great day.